Hello everyone, my name's Shalise. This is the JJ Movies TV show / game reviews. And right now I'm doing the Uncharted series, the game. Now, I have to say, Uncharted is from Naughty Dog, and Naughty Dog is basically my favorite, not my favorite system, but my favorite company that supports gaming. And I love it because it brought Jak into my life. Jak 2, and Jak 3. I love those video games. And it's recently just made The Last of Us, which everyone says is really, really good. So, and hardly any complaints about it. So I'm doing now the Uncharted series. I'm going to get the best to the worst, my review about each game, and let me know what you all think. Okay, here we go. Uncharted 1, Drake's Fortune. Okay, let's start off with the main characters and what the story is really about in Uncharted. Uncharted is basically like Indiana Jones for a game style, though, except we have different characters, and it deals with the supernatural. Unlike Indiana Jones. Technically, the last Indiana Jones movie, but still. Uncharted stars Nathan Drake, who is basically an adventure archaeologist in a way. He basically can shoot. Basically, has a great knowledge of old writings of Latin, and during out this entire thing, he's trying to find out the origin of his ancestor, Sir Francis Drake. He's trying to find out his clues, and it's all about Drake's fortune, the ultimate fortune that he had, and that was the fabled treasure of El Dorado. In this one, you have the villain is not really memorable in this one. It's basically just a very high rich man that wants to get this stuff. He wants to get the treasure, so it's that typical story. And he has his little minions, and one minion is actually smarter than the others. We have Nathan Drake, who I say is like the Indiana Jones of this, except he has no hat or nothing like that, or what. What makes him cool is his personality, and also what makes us cool is his relationship with one guy, Victor Sullivan, who is this old man who Nathan always calls an old man. They're a great team together. They're always cool to have around each other. He also has his love interest in this one, a girl who's recording all his findings for a newspaper thing, which she doesn't. They don't really trust each other. Her name's Elena, and there's such great characters throughout this entire game series, and I love this game. You get to explore different jungles, different expansions of the universes, in this one. And it's the search for El Dorado is such a great storyline, so I really enjoyed this entire game. So out of a 10, I give this an entire 9.4 out of 10. 9.4 out of 10, the first one. Now, Uncharted 2 is definitely the classic. Uncharted 2 is such a great video game. I love this entire, not concept, but I love this entire game. One, it adds a little bit more features. You get different guns. In this one, you search for the Marco Polo's, the lost fleet of Marco Polo's. And basically, this one's really about the fountain of youth in a way. It's basically to live forever, to be a superior being to any other. And in this one, Nathan Drake is trying to find this, and we get introduced into new characters and some old. One, Sullivan makes a short appearance for a good 4 or 5 missions. There's like 22 missions in each game, and he appears for 5 of them. Well, let's just say 6 or 7. Elena, the blonde girl who was in the first Uncharted game, she's in this for a good half. Yeah. So she's like in a good half. This one, Nathan, is recruited by 2 of his friends, a supporting villain I cannot forgive for the life of me. And they also have a new character called Chloe, who is a love interest of Nathan, who is working with the bad guys in this one. And I think his name's Ravarovich, I believe his name is. He's basically a big time muscle guy. He has a scar on his eye. He's bald. He's a trained soldier, and he just wants this. He's a ruthless mercenary warlord, and he doesn't even care who has to get in the way to get this stuff. He's a great character, strong, epic, great dialogue, always, and is basically a masterpiece. Also because they, like I said, new guns, new fighting style, stories more expanded. Get to visit new places, different, some more fantasy, different ice places, a little bit of the jungle. You get to visit cities that are in half in ruin, and it's really a great video game. I don't want to spoil it so much, but this is such a great video game. Out of 10, I gave this a 9.7 out of 10. I enjoyed this game tremendously. I love this game. Tremendous. Now Uncharted 3 to me is my least favorite of the series. I gave this a solid 9.1 out of 10 because here's the thing. Throughout all the Uncharted games, their realisticness of each one in reality in real life goes down and down every single time. It goes down and down. The realisticness. Uncharted 1, I believed it was more realistic than all the Uncharted games. Uncharted 2 had its miss a lot. Well, it had a couple at the beginning for not being so realistic, but Uncharted 3 was definitely not the one for realisticness. I felt some missions were just like a dull spot. Rescuing Sully, okay, we're gonna rescue Sully again, and no, it takes not really Sully, and it's just the villain in this one's called Captain, and basically they're trying to find Atlantis of Sands. Basically, the first game, the entire mission was about treasure. The second one was about the Fountain of Youth, everlasting life, and this one's all about power. Basically, Atlantis of Sands is something in this water that it basically control men and all their fears and basically everything. And basically, Catherine and this one supporting character wants it too. We get to more about Nathan's backside of the story. We get to see the end of that little necklace thing he holds onto there, that ring. We get to see more of Sir Francis Drake's past a little bit. There are some great scenes. You get to visit a lot of new places, which I enjoyed. Treasures are easier to find in this game than Uncharted 2. Uncharted 2 had a way hard time finding the treasures. I also didn't like it because the relationship between Elena and Nathan Drake is just... In the first one, you understand this at the beginning. Their love story is like this. The second one, it looks like it was going to be there. And the third one... Sorry for spoiling this, but apparently they were married, and apparently they still are. I had no idea why. I wish they summed it up, really. And I really wish they would, like, show maybe, like, her pregnant, him with the kids, and maybe this is, like, the last fortune. And it does really get a great perspective why Nathan Drake just wants to do this. Maybe because he's an adrenaline junkie, maybe just because he can't live without the adventure or his past. I thought I could a lot deeper of who Nathan Drake's character is, and it was a little disappointment for me, but it's still a great game. I gave this a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. So the worst is definitely Uncharted 3. Then after that, the second one is Uncharted 1, Drake's Fortune. I love this game, I really do. Eddie Raja. One of the greatest supporting characters I ever had the privilege ever playing in a video game. And Uncharted 2, a great game, a masterpiece. That's number 1. So, like I said, Uncharted 1, I gave a 9.4. Uncharted 2, gave a 9.7. And Uncharted 3, I'll give it a 9.2. Not better than all the other ones, but I enjoy it. Out of a 10, I'm giving this entire series a 9.5 out of 10. It's a great series, one of the best of Naughty Dogs. I don't think it's the best. I still like the Jack and Daxter series better. So now I'll be doing a review upon that. But let me know what y'all think. This is the JJ Movies TV show / game reviews. Let me know what you all think, everyone. Bye-bye.